Okay. Now, who else do you want to talk to?
Well, the reason I got motivated to call you and set this up is past life, and we saw this Netflix documentary, and the last episode is this reincarnation in past lives, and it's very powerful. But I have always had a really strong connection to World War II. And I watch all these documentaries. My dad was in World War II. I wasn't born until 1952, so I was born after the war ended. And I just had a curiosity as to whether or not I had a past life in World War II that perhaps ended.
Okay.
But
okay. Let's see. It was your father-in-law. Who talked about love is the only energy in the universe?
My dad, and he was the medic in World War II.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so past life in World War II.
I'm asking you impossible questions, I know.
That's not impossible at all. Okay, so I'm just going to tap into that.
I've given lectures repeatedly on events in the Pacific. I'm really drawn to
that. Yeah.
My dad was not in the Pacific. He was both, but yeah.
Okay. Well, are you particular about having salt and pepper on the table?
Yeah. I want it. I mean, I don't, yeah.
Okay. Like within easy reach.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper on the table. Okay. In World War II, you were in the trenches. You fought in more than one battle, but this is in the desert against Rommel.
Oh.
And you didn't have any salt and pepper. And your longing was to be home, to have good food with friends and family, and salt and pepper became not an obsession, but certainly a longing. And so that's why in this lifetime, you want that salt and pepper.
Okay.
You want to know it's there.
Yeah.
Please don't take my salt and pepper away. Okay, because that's a deep thing in your soul that if you don't have your salt and pepper, you don't have a sense of safety. Okay. So, all right, so I'm going to look for more on that. All right. You were married. Your wife had dark curly hair. No children. You were young. You were 20, 21. And you learned to swear.
Oh, goodness.
Which, before you left for the, drafted or enlisted, I think you enlisted. You did. You were packed in a train. Camp Pendleton? I don't know what branch that is.
I think that's the Marines, but I'm not sure.
Okay, well, that would be... I think you were a Marine. Okay. So I don't know. You'll have to check on, was it the Army, the Marines, or who? fought Rommel, but Camp Pendleton was important to you for some reason.
Did I not come
Okay.
back from?
No, you didn't survive that. You were in a tank,
Okay.
and the tank was hit.
Is it possible that I can come back again in 1952, even though it's only 6 years later or 7 years later or something like that?
Well, when you look at reincarnation, you have to let go of linear time
Okay.
because everything is happening now,
Okay.
and but it would be possible that you would come back in 6 or 7 years. That happens.
Okay.
Okay, so the hatch on the tank, the tank was really smashed up, but you were able to lift that hatch, um, and you helped other people out, and then didn't get out yourself. You were severely wounded. You had internal wounds that didn't show, and so you thought, well, I'm okay, I'm all right, and so you helped at least two other men out of the tank, but all that time you were bleeding internally, and just like that, you died. There was also an injury, looks like either to your calf or your upper thigh, but it was in the back. So you may have a scar, or there may have been an injury there in this lifetime. Can you place that? Or you may have problems with, digestion or.
Okay. I have all kinds of medical issues. I have right now. I have a knee with an arthritic knee that's driving me crazy. But yeah. But
Okay, what about tummy upsets or?
That's been an issue in my life, but I've got it under control. But yeah, I mean, I take the right medicines for that. But very early, a long time ago, I had to start changing my diet so I wouldn't have that, whatever it is, that
Okay, well,
ulcer type thing. Yeah.
Okay, that's a direct result from that injury.
Okay.
So your body, that when we're reincarnated, the body will show some of the same weaknesses that we suffered.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, you were definitely in World War II. You were in a tank against Rommel. That really sounds like Army to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think you were a gunner. And you saw enough carnage to last you this lifetime too.
Okay.
You have a son?
No. 2 daughters and a grandson that's 5 years old.
A grandson. Okay.
Yeah. We only have one grandchild. It's a little boy. He lives
Okay. He's what?
He lives 4 blocks away. We moved here to be close to him.
Okay. Well, you don't want to tell him this, uh, but he is one of the guys that you helped out of that. Uh, mm-hmm. So I'm sure there's just a close bond here. He probably wants to hang on to you.
Okay.
Okay. What's his name?
Snowden. It's an unusual name. Snowden. His parents named him after Edward Snowden, who's famous for being the one that's in Russia now that was was a whistleblower.
So this comes under good for him.
Yeah. But you have to explain that. But his name is Snowden. Snowden.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that is really interesting too, because it was very hot in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Very little snow.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you're back together again.
Okay.
And there's a real bond of love. Okay.
I mean, he's like the only son I've had, because we've never had boys, and he's the only grandchild, and we're not going to have any more. We're not complaining. We're just that's the way the cards are. We only have one grandchild.
Okay. Well, yeah. When I picked up on that energy, it was more like a son.
Okay.
Than a grandson, but yeah. So maybe someday you want to tell him, but not right now.
Oh no, yeah.
And even with your daughter,
right? No,
you might not want to share that.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, but it's something to tuck in your heart.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool. Are you going to show this paper to them?
No.
Okay, because I wrote that down.
That's not now. No, I'm not. No.
Well, I could cross it out.
No, don't, please.
Okay, all right. My granddaughter is my mother, reincarnated.
Wow.
And when she was just little, like 3 years old, she started talking about that other grandmother. Where's that little grandmother? And then she would say things to me like my mother used to say, exactly the same expression. And one day she threw a total fit. She was about 3 years old. My daughter had her in her car seat. And she said, "Mom, I'm Grandma's mom."
Oh my gosh.
And, yeah. And I mean, just very pointed things like that. So people who've been close together do come in together. And nothing would cement two souls together more than saving another person's life. So, okay. Well, do you have anybody else you want to talk to?
Oh,
This hour just goes like that.
Yeah, I'm good.